Anna, hello again. We will be talking now about workplace management and strategy, which is the topic of our fourth module. Our first question would be why don't you include the employees in the decision-making process for the intervention on workplaces? And neither employees nor managers are asked about the current workplace situation.
Hi, Chiara, and thank you for having me again. So, to your question, actually, we did talk during the module 3 about how we do include employees. There is a decision making, or better, a sort of sharing the design process with the employees and with the managers as well. As I said last time, what we do is actually understand where the vision is going, the business vision, through interviews with our managers. And then gather employees and start with the design process with them, if this is what you mean by including employees. Then the other bit that we do is related to the survey, or better, the post-occupancy survey that we do after we set up a new refurbishment or a new space related to the current situation. So basically, which is the satisfaction level of the workplace in place or at the moment. We do a regular survey annually and a general one. And there is a question related to the workplace as well in there.
Okay, so you stated that you check often the workplace performance. Is there a periodical revision of the current workplace strategy, for example, in combination with the regular control of workplace performance? How do you deal with workplace performance measurement and management?
So usually what we do is an annual survey, a general one, which focuses on understanding the satisfaction of the employees, again, on a general level. There is a question related to the workplace as well. Of course, is very broad and doesn't go into detail of our workplace performance. So when it comes to the workplace performance, we focus more in detail to find out the index of this performance. Once we know we have to refurbish an environment or create a new one, which means that what we do is interview the employees and end users and understand how they leave the space and what is their level of satisfaction. And then we compare this with what they would like in the future to be that space to be. And as I said, after the implementation of the space, we do a post-occupancy survey. So basically what happens during the design process, it is a questionnaire, surveys, understand how the present is going and which is the level of satisfaction of the present, aspiration for the future, and then when the space is done, the post-occupancy survey. So this is to say that we don't have a regular deep in detail check on the workplace, but we do it when we have to refurbish a place. Yes.
On an as needed basis, so let's say.
Correct.
Yeah. And as a workplace manager, you work in the real estate and the facility management department. And you are responsible primarily for the workplace activities. You stated that you collaborate with the human resources, with the information and communication technology department, with the finance, and with the CEO. Did these relations change during the COVID-19 emergency?
During the COVID-19 emergency, I would say that this relationship has become even more stronger, and it's even more important that we do stay connected. So property sits actually in the HR department, and therefore by nature is linked with the HR department. the way we used to work pre-COVID was very much IT related as well. So there is a very strong connection in terms of even design, and one thing couldn't exist without the other. Then, of course, finance is fundamental because you always need to have money to refurbish a place. And CEO departments as well are very much involved because, as I said, we're very much involved and still are. As I said, it's very important to understand what is the strategy of the company. Now, during COVID, I would say that this link, as I said, this bond has become even more important. So what we did and what we are doing is understand which are the difficulties of the employees to make sure that they can work even from home at the best that they can, which means that from an HR perspective, they need to be comfortable in all aspects, whether this is with their manager, connected with their team, or from a health and safety perspective. From an IT perspective, of course, we have to make sure we have the collaboration tool to make it easier to work remotely. And from a property perspective, from one hand, we have to set up the space so that employees can work comfortably at home, and this is for COVID. And for to understand where we are going post social distancing, we need to analyze very closely what it is happening now.
Yes, of course, and that's correct. And so I think that in the future, these interdisciplinary teams will be more and more important in all companies to manage workspaces. Thank you, Mirna, for your useful insights.